Hello, and thank you for joining us today for our webinar on the Master Arts in Teaching programs here at Clarkson University. My name is Catherine Snyder. I'm the chair of the department, and I'll spend about a half hour with you talking about the different teacher education programs we have to offer. At the end of this webinar, I will go through any questions that might arise, and of course, if you have other questions that we don't answer, you can always reach out to us, and information will be at the end of the session with emails and phone numbers. First, if you're thinking about applying to one of our Master of Arts in Teaching programs, there are a few prerequisites, and these prerequisites are pretty standard across all New York State teacher education programs. First of all, you need a major in the discipline in which you hope to teach. So for example, if you'd like to become a chemistry teacher, you need 30 credits in chemistry with a grade of B or better. You also need to have an education psychology course, 4 days of classroom observation, 1 semester of any language study, including American Sign Language, and an overall GPA of 3.0 or higher. Those are the prerequisites for the Master of Arts in Teaching in Secondary program. And if you look at those prerequisites and think that 1 or 2 might be challenging for you to meet, please give us a call. There is some flexibility. We do help students, for example, arrange observation days in schools, and we might be able to give you some advice on ways to meet those prerequisites. For candidates interested in the Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, our TESOL MAT, the requirements are fairly similar, except that rather than a full major, the requirement is 12 credits in a foreign language. And those 12 credits don't need to be in the same foreign language. So for example, you could have 6 credits in Spanish and 6 credits in American Sign Language. You are required to have a BA or a BS with a GPA of 3.0 or higher, that Ed Psych course, and observation. And same as with this MAT in secondary, if there are prerequisites that are a challenge for you to meet, just give us a call or an email, and we might be able to help you figure out how to do that. The application process is pretty straightforward. It's an online application you can find at the Clarkson website. We ask that you write an essay and solicit 3 letters of recommendation, along with official transcripts, an interview, and the GRE or Miller Analogies test. The interview is a requirement, but if you live outside the Capital District, you can certainly do the interview by Skype or Zoom with us at a convenient time for you. We also do require a standardized test, either the GRE or the Miller Analogies. This is a New York State requirement. If you already have a master's degree, we can waive that. In some other cases, we might be able to waive the requirement. The Miller Analogies test is also a test that we offer here at our Capital Region campus a couple of Saturdays a month. So if you're interested in signing up for that test instead of the GRE, you can just give us a call or email and we'll get you on our list. For the secondary MAT, we certify in all of the sciences, biology, chemistry, physics, and earth science. We also certify in technology and math, English and social studies, and in 7 different languages: Chinese, French, German, Greek, Latin, Russian, and Spanish. And then our Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages is also listed there, our TESOL Master's degree. The TESOL Master's degree certifies people to teach in kindergarten through 12th grade. The secondary disciplines are all 7 through 12. We do also have many scholarships available for qualified applicants. The Teacher Opportunity Corps Scholarship is for candidates from historically underrepresented groups. We also have merit-based scholarships for students coming in with strong academic records, needs-based scholarships, and other scholarships related to specific programs that students might be coming from, or other details in their application portfolio. In addition to scholarships, many of the schools that we partner with for our full-year residency offer our candidates a half-time substitute teaching position during the year in which they complete their residency. This results in essentially a part-time teaching position for you that you can put on your resume, and also allows you to generate some income during the year. So this diagram shows both the degrees, the Master of Arts in Teaching in Secondary Disciplines and the Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. The secondary program is on the top in green, and the TESOL program is on the lower half in blue. Both programs are essentially the same. I'll walk you through each one. And this diagram also shows the master's programs as 1-year programs. That means that if you enroll in June, you can complete the degree by the following June. So for the Master of Arts in Teaching in Secondary Disciplines, our candidates start in the summer with an intensive 7-week program, 9 credits. And those candidates are here all day, Monday through Friday, from about 8 to 5 p.m. So it is very intense. At the end of that program, in early August, students then take a bit of a break. And then at the end of August, they start their full year residency. And that's going to be in the school that they're placed in, most likely in the Capital Region, but it might be in Queens. And we do have candidates who we place in other parts of New York State. That residency lasts for the full academic year, as you can see from the chart. It goes from September all the way through June. And candidates gradually assume responsibility for 2 of their mentor teachers' classes. So typically candidates are in their residency for a half day every day for the whole year. In addition to the residency, candidates are then taking 3 or 4 courses each semester. And those courses are all in the evening, either at the Capital Region campus or online. So it's a pretty intense year, but it is possible to complete the degree in 1 year. If a candidate is successful in their coursework and their exams, they graduate with their master's degree and New York State teacher certification. The Master of Arts in TESOL is essentially the same format, except our TESOL candidates start in May instead of June and complete an intensive 10-week summer program. And then they roll into the full year residency, just like the secondary MATs, and have classes each semester. One of the big differences between the TESOL degree and the secondary degree is that the TESOL degree coursework is all online. Okay? So candidates do not need to be in the Capital Region to complete this degree. Both degrees do also have a 2-year timeline. So this diagram shows that 2-year timeline. Again, starting with the secondary MAT program, in year 1, candidates would start in the fall or the spring, just taking a couple of courses, and then jump into the summer intensive program in year 2 and do the residency in year 2 along with whatever remaining coursework there is. The TESOL degree operates the same way. Candidates could start in the fall or the spring of year 1 with a couple of courses each semester, then jump into the summer intensive, and then the full year residency and remaining coursework. So what's different about our degree programs? So the first thing that's different is that our program was designed 30 years ago by a team of secondary teachers and liberal arts university faculty. Those faculty came together and asked themselves how they could design a teacher education program that better fit the needs of schools and the needs of novice teachers. And the main idea that they settled on was that full year residency. And that's something that's fairly unique. Only a few programs around the country do this. And what it allows you to do is gain the full breadth of experience that new teachers need in order to be successful in their jobs. And our employers, the people who hire our graduates, will often say to us that it's like hiring a second-year teacher because you've had that full year experience. In addition to the residency, all of the courses are developed by teachers and designed to help our graduates be effective problem solvers in the classroom. And of course, all of our coursework is aligned with National Board for Professional Teaching Standards, Next Generation Standards, Common Core, and New York State standards. One of the unique features of our program is the Sky Farm experience. At the beginning of the summer, we bring all of our students on a retreat to a camp called Sky Farm. I'm going to click on a short video that you can watch to learn more about the Sky Farm experience. One of the more unique features of the MAT program is our 2-day retreat. And we take this retreat right at the beginning of the intensive summer program. So students come in for a day or two of orientation classes, and then we take the entire class up to the Adirondacks for 2 days for this retreat. And you'll hear the students talk about it. They'll say, oh, the Sky Farm retreat, because it takes place on a camp named Sky Farm. So we don't really call it a retreat, we call it Sky Farm. You'll hear us saying that. That we put this Sky Farm retreat where we do in the program is because it's important for us that all of the students get to know each other really well and establish trusting friendships really well, because this is a rigorous program that's going to be very demanding. Our students need colleagues that they can count on for the year. Sky Farm helps us set that tone of trust and intensity and adventure that we want our students to have for the whole year.
Sky Farm was something I think we all went into a little hesitantly because we didn't really know each other. But by the end of it, we all came out and we were already friends. It was a great way to break the ice with our classmates and our eventual colleagues in the future, and just establish really close relationships with both some of the teachers as well as our fellow colleagues.
Just being able to work through different aspects of the activities that we had to do at Sky Farm, it really helped us create a deeper bond, and we were able to just kind of understand one another and understand how a classroom setting works, and kind of look at like a teacher's perspective.
Because of that great camaraderie we built over the summer, we always come back together and we're like, hey guys, remember Sky Farm? And it's just this big dorky phrase we use, but it's sort of our reminder that we're here for each other, we've got this support system, you know, we're good to go. So I want to provide that kind of support system like for my students. I want to make them feel as comfortable with me as I feel after Sky Farm.
One of the other unique features of our program is the amount of support that candidates receive. Every candidate has 3 important people who guide them through their MAT year. First is their mentor, and that's the classroom teacher who's with you day to day in your residency. And that person supports you in all aspects of your teaching work. Then it's your supervisor. The supervisor is a clinical faculty from Clarkson University who's often a retired teacher in the certification field in which you're seeking. And that person, again, stays with you for the whole year, visits you twice a month, and helps you improve your teaching practice over the course of the year. And then finally, your academic advisor. And that's a person who's a full-time faculty here at Clarkson, but who also has secondary experience in the field in which you are being certified. The full year residency, as I mentioned, is a very unique aspect of our program. And here again, we have a brief video to introduce you to the residency and how it works.
The cornerstone of the success of the MAT program is the full year internship, and it's really based on a very simple idea. In order to learn how to be a successful teacher, you have to teach. But we don't just put our students in a classroom and ask them to figure it out. We put our students in a classroom with a highly experienced, highly effective mentor teacher. And that's a very complex and time-consuming process that we go through. Every intern has 2 very important people, the supervisor and the mentor. The supervisor is seeing more of the big picture and moving the student along during the school year. And the mentor is there for the day-to-day support.
Right from the beginning, we started off co-teaching, so it was a different experience than you would normally get in a student teaching environment.
My mentor has been really instrumental in helping me plan. She goes through each unit with me, what she used to do, and then I can change, adapt, kind of take what she has, add what I want with whatever the unit is that we're doing.
I think they look at the student's personality and experience and really do a great job of matching that up with a mentor. We spent some time in the summer meeting a couple times before the school year, and then from there the student really is thrown into the classroom from the start. They don't sit in the back of the room. They're in the front with me. They're taking a part of the lesson, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour. But the process is great. You know, from day one, we're working hand in hand. We're designing the lessons together. It's not just me creating the lesson for the intern. He or she is right there writing the lesson with me. It's a real collaboration. And that is really what helps these students learn how to be effective teachers.
When a mentee comes into my classroom, we become collaborative right from the get-go. The students come into my classroom and they don't know who the head teacher is and who the mentee is. We start from day one. Every single class we teach together, and we strive for a co-teaching model throughout the whole year. While the mentee will get their own class and be the head of their own class, the students really see us as a partnership, as a team working together.
It inspires these partnerships between teachers and between mentors and interns, and it's so great because everybody has something to teach you and you can learn from everyone. Just a great experience the whole year.
One of the other features of the Master of Arts in Teaching programs is that we really help you prepare for your career. And that doesn't just mean a resume writing workshop or an interview workshop. We have a series of workshops throughout the year, starting in the intensive summer, where we work with you on your career goals and the different aspects and skills you need to develop in order to be successful in your job search. We have school districts visit us to interview our candidates. We have visits from independent school headhunting agencies as well. So we prepare our students multiple ways for the very broad market that they might be pursuing in teaching. Every year, about 30% of our candidates seek employment in independent schools, and the rest go into public schools, with maybe 1 or 2 each year heading out to an international location. As a result of that work, our candidates are very successful on the New York State teacher certification exams. In fact, over the last few years, we've had a 95% pass rate on all 3 exams. This statistic is significant because the average pass rate across New York State is somewhere between 50 and 80%, depending on the exam. So the fact that our candidates earn a 95% pass rate on this exam means that the curriculum is strong and their preparation is strong. Here's some feedback from employers from a recent survey that we did. These are employers that frequently hire our graduates, and I'll just stop talking here for a second and give you a chance to read those 3 quotes. As I mentioned earlier, it's not unusual for employers to consider our graduates equivalent to second-year teachers because of the experience they gain in the program. So I've told you quite a bit about what we think makes our degree different and successful, but here are some objective measures in addition to those test scores that come from the university or outside agencies that talk about the success of our program, our faculty, and our alumni. So most recently, the department received the Clarkson University Martin Luther King Jr. Award for the promotion of and support for diversity campus-wide. We're very proud of that recent award. In 2017, 3 of our faculty received New York State level teaching awards. Rebecca Remus earned the Earth Science Teacher of the Year Award. Frank Adamo received the New York State English Council Mentor of the Year Award. And Lee Figure received the Science Teacher Association of New York Excellence in Teaching Award. In 2016, we received probably the largest award the program has ever received. Amanda Zullo and Dan Mattoon, two alums of the program, received the Presidential Award for Excellence in Math and Science Teaching. This award is given by the President every year to two teachers in each state. So there are 100 awardees every year. And in 2016, both of those awardees were Clarkson MAT alums. So we're very proud of the good work that Amanda and Dan do for us. In 2015, the Department of Education received the Dedicated Service to Science Teaching Award from the Science Teachers Association of New York State. So I share these awards with you to demonstrate the fact that we have objective measures of the success of the program and the quality of the program. And that's in addition to those teacher certification exam score results. And then, of course, our employment rates. Over the last couple of years, among alums seeking teaching positions, we've had 100% job placement rate. We anticipate that statistic's going to continue as there's a high need for teachers, both in the Capital District and around New York State. So if you're thinking about a career in teaching, now is a good time to jump in. In addition to our two master's programs, the Master's in Secondary and the Master's in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, we also offer a few extension programs. A lot of our students will choose to stay an additional summer and take 3 more credits if they're foreign language candidates to extend their certification to grades 1 through 6. For candidates in disciplines other than foreign language, they may choose to, again, spend an extra summer with us and extend their certification to 5th and 6th grade. And for experienced current teachers, they can come to us for a certificate of advanced study in teaching English to speakers of other languages. And more information on those programs is available on our website. So here's information on how to contact us. The easiest way is probably to email Nikki Foley. She's our department coordinator and can answer just about any question you might have. And her email address is foley@clarkson.edu. Or you can give our office a call at the number on the screen. There are a few questions that I would like to answer before we wrap up. Let's see what the first one is. How do I get a teaching placement? So that's a good question. The placement process actually starts in late April each year. Once candidates are accepted into the program, we do a second interview with them to find out what their career goals are. So for example, if you're a candidate interested in rural education, we're going to work to find you a residency with an effective mentor in a rural location. You would go out then to that school and interview with the prospective mentor to ensure that the placement is a good fit for you. Once we've done that, we lock the placement in so that when you start the intensive summer program, you know your placement, your mentor teacher, the textbooks you're going to be using, and the classes you're going to teach. It is a labor-intensive process, and it does require a bit of a time commitment on our candidates' part, but in that way we ensure that the residency placements are the best fit for each individual student we have. The next question is, will I get New York State certification with a degree? So New York State certification is achieved through accomplishing a few things. One is the degree. In addition to that, you do need to pass 3 New York State teacher certification exams. Our curriculum is designed to support you through those exams, and we help our students and let them know when the best time to register and take those exams are. So for the overwhelming majority of our students, they do graduate with the degree and New York State certification, ready to go into the classroom as a certified teacher the next September. Next question, can I go full or part-time? Does it cost me more if I go part-time? That's a good question. So you can go full or part-time. There were those 2 diagrams a few slides back that show the 1-year and the 2-year model. We have candidates even do the degrees over 3 years if that works for them. It does not cost more if you go part-time. Students pay by credit, And we have special dispensation in the university for the MAT programs, which means that whatever the tuition is you enter with remains with you until you graduate. So that helps you with budgeting and planning. Are there jobs in, okay, this person said biology, but I think we'll just stretch that out to any particular field. Right now, the teaching market is definitely in your favor. We have no unemployed alumni, period, not in any discipline. So if you're interested in teaching, now is a good time. We will never guarantee a candidate a job, but the market, as I said, is definitely in your favor right now. And the last question, are there any classes online? So for the Master of Arts in TESOL, all of the coursework is online. The residency is, of course, in a school. For the Master of Arts in Teaching in Secondary Discipline, a couple of the classes are online, and most are either face-to-face or distance here in the capital region. So that degree does give you some flexibility. You're not having to come to campus 4 nights a week, because there are 1 or 2 classes each term that are online. That looks like all the questions that were asked during the webinar. And once again, I thank you for spending your time with us to learn more about the program. Please do reach out and contact us if you have questions, and go to the Clarkson website and start the application if you're interested. We look forward to meeting you. Thank you.